Hey guys, this is just the beginning of the 10th week of the meditation course, and I just wanted to take a minute to see where we are. And I apologize for the mix-up yesterday. I wish I could have had you guys here live, but here's where we are. What we have learned, hopefully, is that we have learned to become fully embodied. You know what it's like to be in your body, and I might. So you've the beginning of every meditation, which is sort of going from either the soles of your feet to the top of your head, or from the top of your head to the soles of your feet, with different types of imagery, is becoming something familiar to you, and it's the purpose of that is to let you know what it's like to be here, present in your body fully, from the top of your head to the soles of your feet, instead of just being somewhere around in our head. The other thing that you should be familiar with is how you become the observer, right? So looking at something that is stressing you out, when you're in this space of being fully present in your body, to know how you step back and look at something that is worrying you, and begin to gain power because of that, because you realize that you are not the feeling, you are the person who is observing the feeling, or you can be the person who's observing the feeling, whether it's the stress, whether it's fear, whether it's anger, whatever the emotion is that arises when you think of a situation, you are able to be this observer. We then went into the place where, as the observer, you became really familiar with how it affects your body, what it feels like, which part of your body you get affected, how when you have learned to become fully embodied, and then you bring in the stress, you hopefully learn to see where that light that your higher self filled you with disappears, because now you are in a state of stress, right? Then we learned to welcome that state of that person who's feeling this stress. Last week was about really becoming aware of this usually younger self in you, who has been doing all the work trying to protect you. And there are actually probably several different younger selves who try to protect you from different kinds of stresses or different kinds of exposures. And it is important to be aware that there are these different parts of you that are trying to trying to sort of protect you, with the sense of fear, or with the sense of anxiety, or with the sense of not being good enough, or not taking that risk, because it is essentially that's a protective mechanism. That's your younger self who's been hurt a lot, who doesn't want to go through that anymore, and is trying to bring up all of these emotions within you in order to make sure that you don't take those steps. And what we started doing last week was we started just recognizing that person and opening up to him, and bringing him or her fully into your heart. So you're not pushing away the fear. You're not saying, no, I don't want to feel it, because that's typically what we do, right? When we're really stressed out, we are, um, that's what the younger self of you that's initiating these memories, that's bringing up these memories, or that lives in that fear all the time, is doing, because it doesn't want you to go through that again, or it doesn't it she herself or he himself does not want to go through that fear again, and therefore that entire stress cycle is activated, and you're in fight or flight. Fight would be anger, rejection, pushing away, all of those things. Flight will be just not wanting to feel this, just um, trying to get away from these sensations or the situation. And the last part of it, which is of course the freeze response, which in which case you're dead to that emotion. You're frozen. It's it's like a mouse pretending to be dead um, when a cat chases her or him, and that's called the freeze response, and it's just sort of completely giving up and freezing into place as if you're dead. So those are the typical responses that happen when you're in a state of stress, or when something triggers a memory that you don't want to go through again. And so what you do is, when you are the observer, what we're trying to do is to be in this space. Like I said, I think of it as the back of my body, and the sensation is here. And so I'm looking at that. This is the scared little me, and this is the observer me, and I'm looking at her, and what I'm telling her is it's okay, and I'm sort of trying to bring her into me and make her part of me, instead of this separate person that gets triggered. I'm letting her feel safe. I'm letting her feel acknowledged, first of all, letting her know that it's okay to be who she is, thanking her for all the work that she's done over the years to protect me, acknowledging that her role was just a role of generosity, where she was taking on all of the stress, and letting her know that it's okay to let go now, letting her know that me as an adult, as the observer who knows that feeling all of these things that she's feeling, allowing that to just fully flow through me, with her safely ensconced in my heart, with her safely in my heart and held, will not destroy me. I am this person who is sort of standing like the Wonder Woman, shoulders back, legs apart, hands on hips, with this young, frightened child who is also present in me, who I can take care of. So that's what we did last week, and essentially that's what we will do this week. And I don't know what will come through, honestly. But that's where we want to go. What some of the reading that I've been doing, and some of what I know that I need to let you know, is that there could be various different things that happened in your childhood or as a young adult, that different that are put into boxes inside yourself in different ways, And the person who gets triggered when different things, when something else comes up, might be in a, you might bring one person into your heart, but there still may be other people inside who you need to acknowledge and allow in. But the big thing to know is that there is nothing you can feel fully that will destroy you. If you do not feel it fully, it is possible that it destroys you, because you're then not a coherent, you're not one whole person, but there are parts of you that are broken off. But once you learn to just breathe through and welcome this other person who is a part of you into yourself, and acknowledge what she's feeling, what he's feeling, and just say, I know I can feel you, I know I can acknowledge you, and I know that nothing terrible is going to happen, is a big step towards becoming a whole self. I had started off this course thinking that we will be able to do this in 12 weeks. I'm not sure anymore. So the next time we are all here present together, we can talk about it and see if you all feel as if you're feeling more integrated than you were before we started the course, and whether this needs to be a longer course, over maybe 6 months or a year, where people are learning to do this integration into themselves. So having said all of that, I'm going to stop this recording and I'm going to start the actual meditation again, so from the start. I just wanted to give you this kind of overview of where we were right now, and then start the meditation. Okay? All right, so I am stopping this.